All right, children, welcome in. Come on, go ahead and get seated. Settle down now, settle down. Could you settle down? Today in class, we're gonna talk about what we wanna be when we get older. Let's start with you. Aaliyah, what do you wanna be?
I want to be a doctor.
Oh, that's wonderful. Erica, what would you like to be when you get older?
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Oh, that sounds great. You can do it. Hey, little Timmy, what would you like to be when you grow up?
I want to kill animals every day, risking grave injury while I chainsaw open their bodies, trying not to think about the emotional trauma my coworkers and I are suffering by shocking, stabbing, and guiding the daily parade of frightened animals we're transforming into a buffet of chopped up flesh and organs. I want to do it all day long. I want to do it for $12, $13 per hour maximum.
Timmy, you're going to need to stay after class today. We are talking about slaughterhouse workers and social justice on today's episode of The Rotten Truth. How many kids do you know that want to grow up and work in a slaughterhouse? Actually, how many adults do you know that want to work in a slaughterhouse? It's quite literally a giant warehouse where animals are rapidly killed and dismembered all day long. And yes, this includes products that are labeled free range and organic. They all have to go to the same slaughterhouses. There are approximately 800 federally inspected slaughterhouses in the United States, employing around 500,000 people. Those that do work in these facilities do so because they don't have a lot of other options. Slaughterhouses specifically target communities with fewer job opportunities, as well as groups with limited employment prospects. Think immigrants, the incarcerated, or those who didn't have the chance at a higher education. The people that work in slaughterhouses are humans, just like us, who have families to support and are doing what they need to do, even if they, unlike Timmy, would have preferred almost any other form of work. This job is incredibly dangerous for a number of different reasons, including the fact that they're working with machinery all day long that is specifically designed to tear bodies apart. And what could possibly go wrong? Swinging around sharp razor blades shoulder to shoulder, having to dismember up to 140 chickens per minute. That sounds like a nightmarish game show dreamt up by Jigsaw the Clown, where the winner is the one who doesn't slash open their friend, or who doesn't cut off their finger, or who doesn't get their arm crushed while cleaning the slaughtering equipment. But this is no game, and unsurprisingly, quite a bit can go wrong. These working conditions lead to higher rates of amputations, of diseases, and of mental trauma. Many of these workers do not have access to health care. Many of these workers have little to no job protection. Some managers won't even allow their employees to take bathroom breaks, so workers have even been known to wear diapers on the kill line. When they are injured on the job, and it happens frequently, slaughterhouses take every step possible to avoid accountability. Back in 2019 in Mississippi, workers did stand up for themselves. They filed complaint after complaint of sexual harassment, racial harassment, harassment based on their country of origin, and they actually won almost $4 million in a settlement. Shortly after their victory, Immigration, Customs and Enforcement, also known as ICE, was called in for one of the largest workplace roundups in United States history. Many accused the companies involved of using ICE to intimidate and bully workers. You might think that this blatant silencing might have improved things for the better, but believe it or not, during COVID,
things got worse.
Tyson managers, who according to their spokespeople love their employees like family, were caught betting on how many of their workers would contract COVID. Whether or not these people lived or died was a game to them. Now, either Tyson managers are completely full of it, or their idea of how you treat your family members is more in line with this family. When we think about it, we might find ourselves in a quandary. If we are morally opposed to this work and we wouldn't do it ourselves, how do we justify having someone else do it for us? Critics might argue, well, what about all these slaughterhouse jobs? Well, maybe they're right. Maybe we do need to be slaughtering billions of animals every year. Maybe we need to be burning more coal, or smoking more cigarettes, or buying more clothing from resource-intensive sweatshops. Why would we get rid of these soul-crushing jobs that are simultaneously destroying the planet when we can so easily and comfortably continue to support this system? A system that ensures that the unfortunate among us remain desperate enough to work those jobs. Or perhaps we can innovate and we can transform these industries. It's happened before. I'm guessing your mom doesn't drop you off at school in a horse and buggy.
Have a great day, Tootie.
And talk about transformation. Grocery stores around the nation are rapidly changing right before our eyes. We are entering a golden age of plant-based alternatives, foods that don't subject anyone to the horrors of working in a slaughterhouse. We have the choice to give our money to corporations that depend on slaughterhouse exploitation or those that don't. We are Factory Farming Awareness Coalition, here to tell you what the meat and dairy corporations do not want you to know.
Do these greedy mega corporations make you want to pull your hair out too? Well, you can make a huge impact by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. That is how we beat the YouTube algorithm and spread this information. Doing that is activism, and that one simple task moves us closer to ending factory farming. Subscribe to our YouTube page so you don't miss an episode, and I will see you on the next installment of The Rotten Truth.